What's up? I'm about to crank up in a minute. Alright, let's get this party started. Okay, that right there. Let's start there. Every time you turn this game on, first thing you see is something trying to get you to spend money. This is an open beta game, free to play. Pay to win, but free to play. Got no problem with that. Got no problem with it's a business. It's supposed to make money. At the same time though, it's an entertainment. It's a game. It's something we should enjoy. When this game first, well, at least when I was first introduced to it, I enjoyed it. It was actually fun. They had decent physics, very good graphics. You know, I mean, I was just coming off the heels of playing Mad Max anyway, so I was thoroughly enjoying playing this game. Pretty much every aspect of it. There were a lot of things different at that particular time. For those of you who joined this game late, started playing it maybe in the last 2 or 3 months, this game was much better than it is right now. 6-7 months ago, it was a much better game. Some of the things that they changed, well, just to give you an idea. Let's see if there's anything still in here. Okay, there's been quite a few builds made, but this one in particular, this build right here, that build caused, I think, a lot of the changes that occurred in this game to almost every aspect you would not believe. This build right here is a UFO. Now, I didn't originate this particular build. I made a UFO, but it wasn't specifically one that you could take into battle. The UFO I made was basically to play with and fly. It was, I don't think, it was in Leviathans anyway. I don't think it was even in cars. But this one, on the other hand, was one that prior to the changes, you could get this airborne. It would be invisible, and as you see, there's a hurricane attached to it. Once this thing was airborne and spinning and invisible, it was able to target, hit, and in most cases destroy anybody up on the screen. Don't care what their power score was, don't care where they were hiding, unless they were up under something. This thing was going to kill them. See, the power score is only 6,500. 6,500 power score, and you're wiping out 10s, 11s, and 12s, no problem. But of course, that was before the changes that they made, and they made these changes. I think a lot of people who play the game don't know. They made these changes specifically because of how this particular build operated. And I don't think it's necessarily how whoever built this one made it operate. It's how I made it operate. The changes that I made to it. So when I downloaded this build, I got it to stay in the air. I got it to take off pretty fast. I got it to come down and land and be able to take off again. Also, just to give you an idea of some of the changes that were made, the rockets no longer fire in a way that would make it possible for you to keep this thing up, because you have to hold the buttons in order to fly it. I haven't tried it since the latest update, but I'm sure it would be a task to get it to work. The ceilings, the barriers in every map have been brought down to a much lower height. Even the one just outside the garage where you build, even that ceiling has been brought down. So hinders this thing from getting very high up in the air to begin with. The way you steer actually the engine, the Cheetah was one of the main components. How it interacted with the rockets was another thing that they changed. The Cheetah was making it possible for you to hold the button down and fire your rockets would refresh faster, keeping it up in the air. So, I mean, again, there's just so many things that they changed just because of this build. It really makes no difference now. You know, those changes have been made. Probably no chances of those changes going away. But the purpose of this particular video is really twofold. To you know, inform some of the newer players of the differences that were made to the game that were, I don't know, supposedly in the best interest of the gameplay, which in a lot of ways doesn't make sense. People in the forums were asking for mode changes, for example, for racing, which was a valid request. Valid because you had vehicles like the one on the screen right now. This vehicle is a racer, but it's an auto, it's a car. Makes contact with the ground, uses wheels. Hovers, on the other hand, like this one, hovers like this thing right here, okay? Depending on how you have your buttons set up, you may not even have to use a button to accelerate this particular vehicle, which means as long as you're pushing forward, I'm having to push R2 right now. So I'm pretty sure you can go into your settings and change how you operate the vehicle to something a little different. So let's say here we're looking at now there, R3. R3 is your movement. See if that's it. Now there we go. I'm sorry, I said R3, L3. L3 is your movement. You don't even use a button. Okay? Which means without pushing a button, you're going to keep moving. Now you can set a car to this, but just like this hover is constantly swaying back and forth, side to side, your movement and your steering both on the same stick makes it a little bit more challenging, especially in cars. But there's no chase camera, so you have to constantly keep adjusting the camera to even race or move your vehicle. You have to constantly adjust the camera yourself, which can be problematic all by itself. Now with these changes, racing, which was something that a lot of people have a problem with because hovers like this one are constantly winning, and winning by lap margin, so not just winning by a little bit. They could finish a race that should take you about maybe I guess 3 minutes. They would finish it in like 1.5 minutes. But the problem is they're also racing against cars. So the difference being hovers don't have the same limitations as cars do. You hit something or you bump into something in a car, you're liable to flip over or get stuck on it. Whereas a hover just goes over it, typically. Doesn't get caught on anything, doesn't get flipped over by anything, just happens to ride by at the wrong time or in the wrong spot. So the request was separate the race into hovers only, vehicles only, and vehicles without rockets only. That would have been a real simple fix rather than screwing with the rockets and putting this fuel limit on it. I think that was the stupidest thing they could have done. You know, I'm all for anybody having just as much of an opportunity to win a race as I do. I mean, winning a race really depended more on what you built and how you drove it, how much control you had over it, not so much whether it was a hover or a car. I mean, you know, I beat plenty of hovers in a car, no problem, because they didn't know how to fly it or they didn't know how to build it. But still doesn't change the fact that hovers and cars shouldn't be in the same race category. You don't see planes and cars racing in real life, so why would they be racing in a game? But again, that's besides the point. These are not the things that I'm really here to talk about. The thing I'm really here to talk about is, since the developers don't seem to want to listen to the players, the ones who are spending the money here, and spending money is part of my conversation. The UFO that I showed you earlier, alright, the biggest reason why they addressed the UFO and made so many changes in this game concerning that particular build, and I saw this in the forums with my own eyes, the pay-to-wins, and you can like it or not like it if you're being called a pay-to-win. I mean, I've been called a pay-to-win even though I'm not. But what a pay-to-win is somebody who goes into the market and spends real money on weapons like these. Now, if you check the conversion rate on these prices, you're looking at, that's $100 a Reaper. So you see somebody with 3 Reapers on a single build, you're looking at a build that costs over $300 to make, okay? And let's not even get into things like, where is this thing here? Saw it in here earlier. Well, let's just do this. There it is. This Scorpion, Porcupine, these things cost almost $1,000. I'm not talking about coins, CC. I'm talking about Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, real money. That's $1,000. Okay? This is ridiculous money being spent on this game, and developers doing whatever in the hell they want to do because it's open beta, and acting like they don't have any responsibility to those who play this game to make something that they actually like. So that's actually what this video is mainly about, is since the developers don't seem to have any concern over people not enjoying the game anymore because of the ridiculous changes that they're making and causing physics in the game to not do what they were doing earlier in the game, which was more realistic. People would make spinners, you know, just for an example. A spinner doesn't spin anymore. It I don't know, it works against you in terms of continuing to spin. The rockets, you have to hold buttons in order for the rockets to fire and continue to fire. the ceilings, the barriers in the maps being so low. All these things really took away from the enjoyability of the game. You know, I mean, you can't complain about somebody running around with what seems to be way too many weapons on one vehicle based on the energy and cabins that we're all supposed to have access to. But if they can do it, fine. The fact that somebody was able to create a build under 7,000 power score that was able to destroy vehicles that they paid $400 and $500 to make, that caused a problem for the developers. Yeah. So when the pay-to-wins, the ones who were making those vehicles, decided to complain in the forums about there's people flying these UFO things and they're destroying me, I can't shoot them and I can't this and I can't that, I'm not going to spend any more money on this game because you won't do anything about this build that's able to do this. Okay, so they run in, they change all the maps to lower ceilings, they take the rocket power away from the vehicle, they take the spin power away from the vehicle, they cause this right here, the cloaking device, which previously didn't fire, it wasn't what was deactivated by firing rockets. You could cloak and then you could fire rockets, you would be invisible with your rockets firing. They changed it so that when you fire your rockets, the cloaking device would be disabled and you would be able to be seen. That was specifically because the UFO depended on the rockets to stay up. So as long as you were firing your rockets, your cloaking device was refreshing, and in the process of firing rockets, the cloaking device was on the same button. So it would always be invisible, it would always be airborne, and it would always be able to shoot. That's what they didn't like. Why? Why not like it? You made a game that made it possible for people to take a group of pieces from their storage area, put them together, and make a vehicle from them. Each of these individual items had its own benefit, had its own perk, whatever you want to call it. Why try to stifle somebody's creativity in being able to build something from what you gave them that did something that you didn't expect it to be able to do? You know, that's the way of the world. That's ingenuity. So you go in and you make it impossible to do what should be possible to do with the parts that we have. So, to the point, the main point of my video that I'm making right now, the main point of it, since you listened to the pay-to-wins in regard to what this vehicle was able to do to them, and they decided, we're going to complain and we're not going to spend money if you don't do something about this particular build. Okay, those of us who aren't pay-to-wins, those of us who play the game because they like it, those of us who like to race, those of us who liked the raids before they did the stupid things to the raids and made the enemies too strong and the trucks too fast and whatever the hell else they did that made it you know, stupid to even use your gas resource to enter a raid. The matchmaking, everything that's wrong with this game, everything that the developers know is wrong with this game. Those of us who aren't, by definition, pay to wins, we have a voice too. We have something that we can do just like they did. We can complain on the forums and we can stop spending money. And when I say stop spending money, I mean stop spending money, real money, stop spending money coin. Stop spending money in any way on this game. After all, it is a free-to-play, open beta game. Okay? What drives this game, what drives these developers to leave this, what is now crap, up on the system is the fact that money is being spent on it. There is no other reason for this game still being up. Period. The only reason this game is still up is because they're making money from it. So, with the changes that have been made to everything, for example, these modes, every other game we play or have played, Call of Duty, Black Ops, whatever, you play whatever part of that game you want to play at any given time. If you want to play campaign, you can go in and you can play campaign. If you want to play team deathmatch, you go in and you play team deathmatch. If you want to play zombies, play zombies. I know people who have never played the campaign of Call of Duty, never played team deathmatch, never played free-for-all. All they want to do is play zombies. And that's good. That's their business. If that's what they want to do, fine. But their zombie mode was not only available at 4 o'clock in the morning in their time zone, or at 10 o'clock at night in their time zone, or only while they're at work, so when they come home they can't play zombies because it's just not on the game right now. That's the stupidest thing I've seen in any game yet. You have a race mode. Race mode should be there anytime. Somebody should be able to play it whenever they want to. Somebody wants to play Scorpions. Scorpions can be fun sometimes. You got how many maps? 10, 15 maps? No, I don't think it's that many. You might have, what, 7, 8 maps? But Scorpion takes place on 2? What the hell? Is there something wrong with your servers that you can't put Scorpions on more than 2 maps? Race mode, same thing. You got plenty of maps that you could put race mode on. I think we race on 4, maybe 5. Free for all, same thing. Constantly loading the same maps over and over again. It's a wonder why people haven't stopped spending money on this game without somebody saying, why don't you stop spending money on this game? And I'm not talking about real money. I'm talking about coin, because you don't have to spend real money on this game to accumulate coin. Okay? Understandable. But it's spending. Whether you like it or not, it is spending. Stop spending money on this game. Stop spending coin in this game until the developers decide to put the physics back the way the physics were when they made sense. Until they decide to put the rockets back the way they were when they made sense. Until they put the barriers at the top of the screens back to where they were when they made sense. Trying to keep people from being able to build things with what you give them to build with kind of defeats the purpose of this game entirely. What is the point? The point is, you want the ones spending thousands of dollars, literally, on this game to be happy, because that makes you happy. You want the ones who bought your packs that were supposed to be 40% off between April whatever and May whatever, that bought those then, and for whatever reason your system wasn't correct at the time or whatever, and it still charged them the full amount, but you don't give them a refund for the difference or credit for the difference. You're constantly making changes to the game that literally benefit the pay to wins, the ones that you claim in your forums. Oh no, this game isn't meant to be a pay to win game. BS. You know damn well it's a pay to win game. If it wasn't a pay to win game, then the prices in the market would be set. They wouldn't fluctuate. The reason why they fluctuate is because you want people to spend money in this game, and you want the ones who spend money in this game the most to be the happiest. And the ones who seem to spend money the most and are the happiest are the ones who don't utilize a lot of the things that you've changed. All they utilize is huge bills that shouldn't even be car. They're basically leviathans running around the board with people who don't have power scores, sometimes even half of what the other person's power score is. So between your matchmaking and your pay to wins, the ones who don't pay to win don't even stand a chance in the game because you deliberately match them up with your pay to wins so that your pay to wins can destroy something and be happy because they probably otherwise suck in their real life. Not my problem. I'm not a psychologist. Point is, those of us who are not pay to win, those of us who played the game because we enjoyed the game, enjoyed the physics, enjoyed the graphics, okay, hoped you would at some point get it right, make some matchmaking that made sense, introduce some maps that were not so redundant, and fixed problems with your AI, which your AI is still dumb as hell. Sitting there bumping the walls, riding back and forth. Sometimes they move and their tires don't even turn. And I know damn well it's not my connection because I have Xfinity. I have one of the fastest connections you can get. So I'm seeing the game for exactly what it's worth, or seeing the game do exactly what it's supposed to do based on my connection. So again, to reiterate what my point is for this video, and anybody who gets an opportunity to see it or gets an opportunity to hear anything that I've said, whether you agree or disagree, this is a free country. You can agree or disagree with anything I say. That is not my issue. My issue is until the developers, like it says at the bottom of the screen, until the developers decide to make sensible adjustments to this game, don't spend any money on it. Stop spending any money, stop spending any coin in game, stop spending any real money in the PS Store. Don't spend a single another penny on this game until they decide to make adjustments that make sense. Because at the end of the day, we're the one making them possible, not the other way around. So, one other thing. They have a contest. For those of you who don't know, they have a contest, a build contest, where they claim they put up a picture of whatever kind of vehicle and you're supposed to do your best to make a copy or make a replica of that vehicle using the parts available to you in CrossOut. Okay? There's a prize attached to that particular build contest. I think it's 300 coins if you manage to win. They run this contest I think once a week or something like that. You can look for it in the CrossOut forums. That contest claims you make your submission, you put it in exhibition. You're disqualified if you put it in more than once, and basically, supposedly, they'll see it before anyone else can steal it or plagiarize it or whatever you want to call it. Okay. That's garbage. Okay, number one, I don't even see how they fix their mouth to say that they'll know who made it without you having some other means of documenting what you made. But just to give you an example, this build right here, the F-22, clearly, who built that? It would be who named it. Okay? F-22 by Vectormage. That's me. I built that. Put that up, and I'd say not an hour after I put it up, this Emma Swan VB, Dutch bastard, steals it, puts it back up under her name, his name, whatever it is. Didn't change a thing. Okay, that's exactly the build I made. It's the only jet in this game that looks quite like that. Only. Most of what I build, I try to make it pretty true to what the real thing looks like, as close as I can using the parts available that I have access to right now. So this particular build, for an example, I knew it would be something that somebody would snatch up and throw their name on it and throw it back up in the exhibition. That being the case, I put literally my entire gamer tag in the name. and this idiot still stole it and put their name on it and put it up in the exhibition. So no, this isn't Emma Swan's build. This is my build. So how exactly do you have your contest set up so that you have any certainty of who actually built it, so that you can award any kind of a coin prize to them? I don't see how. But that's a whole nother story. That's another thing completely. The other reason why I made my video today is because probably won't have the game on my system much longer either. I had about 4 friends who have decided to delete it as a result of the latest update, and I can't fault them at all. But I've bought a couple of packs. I've spent a little money in the game. I enjoy the building side of it. You know, throwing something up in exhibition or helping somebody else build something a little bit better than whatever they had, or give them a few ideas, you know, to make it better. I take a few ideas from them to make things that I build better. It all goes, you know, full circle. I don't have a problem with that. But until the developers decide to make sensible adjustments to the game, I won't be spending another penny in the game. What I spent today is going to be it. I'm done. Just to go to the lighter side of it, the building and, you know, overall gameplay, you know, in Bedlam, which is sad because Bedlam is just basically a practice area, somewhere you can go and see how your build actually operates online with other people. You know, they can see what you got and you can see what they have. Bedlam now and building are the only 2 reasons I play this game. Everything else, the raids, that ignorant mode they just made, this battle royal, hell, you'll fall asleep trying to play battle royal. It's garbage. Scorpions is fun, especially when you got friends that you're playing with at the same time. Scorpions is fun. Bedlam is fun. Building is fun. Everything else is garbage. Now, you may agree with me on that. You may disagree with me on that. This is America. Well, I'm in America, so it's a free country. But those are the things that the game is still worth keeping on the system for. Only this one, Scorpions, Bedlam, and the building aspect. You know, being able to build something, put it on exhibition, let everybody see it. That is the only reason why I'll even keep the game on the system and occasionally play it from now on. So, on a different note, I wanted to point out some of the builds that I've made. And these are ground up, so if you decide you want to check them out, pretty much anything with Vectormage or VEC on it, I made it. And just to give you an example, Bank Chip, no, sorry, Bank Chip, you didn't make that one. I did. Emma Swan, nope. Hate to break it to you, that's mine. Expendables 2, there was also an Expendables 1. I deleted that one from the system. One of the first quad runner ATVs built on the game. Built that one. Transporter, which was actually, that is a very fun build. I mean, there's no way around it. It is fun. I like it. Only reason why I typically delete them when they have my name on them, they've been downloaded so many times, I know I'll be able to go back and grab it because storage space is very limited on this game. So, you know, I don't dislike the fact that people grab your build and throw it back up with their name on it. I just dislike the fact that there's no way to specify or designate who the original builder was as opposed to who has it up now with their name on it. That's the only thing that bothers me. So you know, they can make a change like just the color of the title. If the color of the title is blue or green, okay, then the name for the author of that particular build is who actually made it. If the color of the title is white, then this is just somebody who downloaded and put their name on it. Easy fix. Same way an easy fix for the races would have been just to separate the modes between hovers, rocketed vehicles, and non-rocketed vehicles. Easy fixes. But they seem to want to take the long way around on everything they do. Here's a perfect example. This is a build. Somebody else built an engine. It was just a regular engine. I tweaked it a little, added a few things, made it look like a cheetah. So in some ways it is my build because I made changes. It is not exactly what the other person built. So this is what I built. So I rightfully could have my name on it. But if you keep going down through here, the first quad runner was mine completely. I built it from the ground up. This quad runner, I borrowed some ideas from a friend of mine, which we became friends as a result of his trying to build a forerunner after my forerunner was up. He built one, and then I came back with the one that he built and made this one. And a lot of things I like about these things are oh shit, I've changed my settings. Gotta change them back. Actually, I'll see how that runs. Much harder to drive like this. But it you know, it's fun to play. Shit, it's fun to play it. I mean, just to see it and the size of it. The size is just way out of scale, but it's fun. And basically everything I build, you know, I try to make it something that will be actually fun to play with. Go back to regular race on that. Apply. Okay. Okay, there we go. You know, it's fun to get out here. I mean, it's like this game is just like a bunch of RC cars or something like that. It's just really cool to see what you can actually put together and get to work. And this, just for example, like I said, is just one of the main reasons why I enjoyed this game from day one, and the only reason why I even keep it on my system now is for the purpose of building stuff like this, throwing it up in exhibition, giving somebody else an opportunity to build something like it or play with it or whatever they wanted. But that's another build of mine. See if I can find the build that the other person made. This, the golf cart, another original ground up build. And anytime I build something, I try to come up with something that has not already been done, so no one can say, oh, you're trying to copy this one or you're trying to copy that one. No, I get an idea and then I go in and see if it's possible for me to actually build what my idea was. So, and I try to also keep all the details of that build in order. This was originally all electric, which means it had no motor in it. It just had the quantum in it, like an actual golf cart, but it was just, in my opinion, it was just way too slow. So I went on and put the quantum inside it. You can see it there, and also put the cheetah inside under the hood for it. So it runs a lot faster as a result of that. And again, scale, some of these things, you see the thumbnail, and the thumbnail doesn't really do it justice for how big it actually is. This thing is fairly huge under the circumstances. I also made one that had a humpback in it. Didn't like the one with the humpback in it. It was just too slow. It didn't move. So decided to come back with the quantum and the cheetah to make it actually enjoyable, something you can actually drive and see how it operates. I thought it was kind of cool how I got the seats to work in this one. Then you got the radar plane, which I built a long time ago. Again, anytime you see VEC, I'm the one who built it. This was something taken from someone else who they built a minion. I thought it was cute, but it had no feet, it had no legs. So in the process of trying to do it a little bit better, I put feet on it, put wheels on it so it would actually be able to move, and put weapons on it, because it seems like people seem to like things more when they got weapons on. I haven't quite understood that one, but okay. But he's got weapons, he can turn invisible. And he does a pretty good job with the few little weapons that he does have. Alright. And we got... Now, what you see here, this is only scratching the surface for what I've actually built. I've built a lot of things, put a lot of things up and deleted a lot of things. These are just the ones that I had a bit more of a personal attachment to. I put a lot more time into them. Some of my builds have taken 3 or 4 hours to actually complete, to the point where I was happy with what it looked like and how it operated. This is an example. It wasn't my original idea. It was somebody else's idea to put an X-Wing fighter in here. I just went in and built my own. And this was the outcome. And threw R2-D2 in the back of it there. I thought it was pretty cool. It's got weapons on it. Does a decent job of destroying things. And you got rockets. Well, I haven't tried this since they made the change to the rockets. Let's see how it does. That actually does work a little bit better under circumstances than how the rockets used to fire for this particular build. So, you know, if you want to put a different kind of rocket in the game, make some of them be able to do this and make the others be able to do what they did prior to the update, that would have been a better idea than making all of them the same way. That also would have added value to one rocket or the other. Made people spend money, since that seems to be what the developer's main idea is. This one, for those who don't know, Evinrude makes motorboats, and I've been, thinking months on how I could make a motorboat on this game, and finally came up with this. Didn't want to put the hovers on it, but it just didn't operate very well with wheels. It was hard to get wheels on it, so I had to go with hovers. But download it, take the hovers off, you can see it better for the boat that it is. Interesting thing is it operates pretty well too. It's got 2 miniguns and an Aurora on it. They are pretty effective together. Everybody's found out that particular combination works real good. And let's see what we got. Yeah, Gomer Pile. Gomer Pile is fun. This is the old one. I've made another one, or at least I made updates to it. Changed the seats, changed the hood. It looked much better than this one. This one was downloaded early before I made those changes to it. But Gomer Pile is another build. It's a lot of fun to play with. Specifically because it's a turret build, but it has its own defense with the machine gun on it and the invisibility. So you can drop your turrets, but you still have something to fight with. Otherwise, you're not at the mercy of your turrets being close to you, that sort of thing. That's that little guy. Try it, fly it. That's one that I made a while back. I haven't messed with this in a minute. I wonder how it works now with these rockets the way they are. Not good. But that is an interesting way that these rockets are now. It may make a difference in a lot of things that we try to do. Now we can launch fire these rockets. Oh damn! You can fly it now. Now that's awesome. Okay, I'll give it to you on that one, Debs. I can actually fly a plane that I've made. I did not put a jack on this one. It's actually worthy of a jack now. Let's take that back in. Actually got something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to download that. I'm gonna have to download that back into my arsenal and have some fun with it in Bedlam, because this thing is actually flying now. I'm going to grab him back for a little while. So I'll take a little side mission here, and let's see what this thing will do now in Bedlam because of the way that they've changed the rockets. And again, I reiterate, adding a completely different rocket that looks completely different, just like you have the Hermes and the upgraded rocket and the Avia. Adding a completely different rocket that operated the way the rockets work now would have been cool. That would have been cool. But I can definitely say now having the power to operate that rocket whenever you want to and make it burn for however long you want to, or at least for whatever limited time, makes a big difference in stuff that you fly with. It's clear that this stuff will actually... Why the hell don't I have wheels on the front of the plane? Okay, it didn't have those. My fault. I gotta put another set of wheels on it. But in the meantime, let's see what we can do with this. Nah, that's not gonna work out. We gotta do something about that. Okay, let's see what I got. Oh, I know what I got. Studded wheels. Yep, wrong ones. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. not familiar with Bedlam, this particular run right here is a good spot to get airborne from. Run up and you hit the edge of that right there. Ah, crap. That didn't fly quite as well as I hoped. Yep, not gonna wait for that to turn over. Where we rocking? Yeah, I can put a jack on this. There you go. Before they changed everything, it used to be how high you could get. Now you can't get high anymore, so it's how far you can get. Wouldn't blow up. Okay, let's see what we got here. I got one good flight out of it. Might get one more. goal is to get this thing to take off from a flat run like this. It doesn't seem to want to do it. Game zombie. Zombie 82 here. Okay, I think that's enough fun with this one. Yeah, that difference in the rockets does make a difference in how this thing can fly. It flew pretty well with the way the rockets were before, but now you can actually control it. Get a little bit better airtime out of it. Anyway. Let's pull them down. So we were at Tri-Flight, yeah. None of this is mine. I don't put anything like that up. The radar plane is mine. The A-10 fighter. That's mine. That's again an early download. I put the cheetah inside so you didn't see it. You couldn't see it anymore. But of course, as usual, it was the first one on the game. A-10 Warhog, I think is what they call that thing. And the ATV. Hope I might see one of my earlier builds, my first expendables. No, that's what is that? What's up, Z-Mac? Streaming right now, man. Yeah, I'm streaming right now. Not at all happy with this latest update. They basically screwed the game up. They always screw the game up, but this is a true screw up. Oh damn, somebody did download. Huh? I'm surprised. I just ran across a Formula One car that I made a long time ago. Somebody downloaded it. I might have to grab it and throw it back up there and see how it does. But yeah, hell, it's just not enough spaces for anything, man. I mean, I've got so many builds that I don't like to play the game anymore. So all I do is build crap. But yeah, it's pretty awesome to see my Formula One car. Good morning. I'm a Liberator, my giant 4x4 4-runner, four-wheeler rather. Good morning. What, you building something right now? Yeah, I'm literally amazed to see that formula, because I built that formula probably 3 months ago, maybe? I thought that thing was long gone. I mean, you know, when you look at it, it would, to me, make far more sense for the exhibition to only go to maybe, if you look at exhibition all time and don't search for anything, exhibition now is at 49,000 pages. At the bottom, you hit that little arrow with the line. Exhibition is at 49,000 pages. You mean to tell me, and you know most of what's in exhibition is not even worth looking at, much less test driving, okay? Why couldn't they devote some of the space that they're given to exhibition to storage space for players? Everybody could have an extra 4 slots, and I guarantee I can't see that taking up as much memory as 49,000 pages in exhibition. And again, that's the purpose of my whole video, man. If you pop it up on YouTube, at the very bottom, my whole statement for the video is until the devs decide to make sensible adjustments to the game, stop spending money on it. I mean, literally, just don't spend any money, don't spend any coin, you know, the in-game money, and don't spend any real money, because it's just gotten to the point now, man. They don't seem to even intend on making this into a full game. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They're making too much money on open beta. Yeah, I played Warframe way back, maybe a year ago. You shitting me? I didn't know it was gone that long. I'm seeing somebody, somebody apparently took my F-22 and made a Leviathan out of it. It's pretty decent. We got 2 Hurricanes and a bunch of chords on it. Yeah, the Leviathan I'm talking about? Yeah, F-15 Eagle. Yeah, that's actually not bad. I like the Millennium Falcon. That was one of my favorites. That's been one of my favorites since I started playing the game. But yeah, I was as far as this video I'm talking about, also other than the developers and their stupid ideas, um, I'm also talking about the building, and you know, I mean, that is to me the most enjoyable part of the game now. I really don't enjoy any other part of the game. I don't like playing the raids. I don't like playing the missions. Uh, Scorpions is okay. Bedlam is okay. And what is it? Storm Warning. I think they finally took the bots out of Storm Warning. I don't recall seeing any last time I was in there. Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't think so. Unless it just started. Nah, they got Black Scorpions going, and that battle royale crap. That is crap, dude. That's, you might as well be in a library. It's stupid. I played it once the other day, and it was just, come on, man. It's no, not at all. And again, I don't know where these developers are getting their ideas, but I'm starting to think they're coming off the toilet paper after they use it or something. Is they can't possibly be getting these ideas from you know, getting together, sitting down at a table, going over the forums, what people want, what people don't want, what people like, what people don't like, and then come up with something from there. I mean, you typically in a development stage of anything, you go with what works. You don't you know, pull stuff out of your ass and hope it works, hope it flies, which is basically what they do. Clearly. Yeah, which is, as long as the money is coming in, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna reach up their butts and pull something out, throw it up there, and see, throw it at the wall, see if it sticks. We don't go out and spend $400 on a system and 60, 70, 80 or more dollars on a game for it to be something you threw against the wall to see if it sticks. Which one? Which one? Yep. Well, let me give you my thoughts on that. If you go into hard raids, okay, and this is why I can understand why that's not something they'll do anything about. You go into hard raids, you should only go into hard raids when you're in a party with friends, you are all talking to each other and communicating, and you're all in builds that can get the job done, and you're on the same page. That's the purpose of a raid. That's something that I learned from Destiny. Although I hate Destiny now and I hate Bungie now, that is one thing I can give to them. They made it absolutely mandatory for you to work together in the process of defeating a raid. Okay? Oh, nah, they're not. They're no. Nothing about this game is on the caliber of Destiny. Dude, were you on when Granch was a mission? The Christmas mission? You weren't on at that time? Dude, if you think you have a problem with the raids now, Granch, dude, I had to sit down and make a video about how people were playing the Granch mission because the Granch mission was a Christmas mission, true enough, but it was still up on the game for about a month after Christmas was over. And one of the main things about that mission was you had to do certain things together, okay? And you had to work towards a common goal in order to get through the mission. Otherwise, it was a lost cause. And it got so bad. Yeah, dude, it got so bad. I had to make a video about it. I'm like, dude, come on, this damn mission has been on the game for like almost 2 months, and some of you still don't know how to play it. You know, you're still doing stupid stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Then you get to the end of it. If you are lucky enough to get to the end with people who are just playing real stupid, and you get to the end and you got Grunch, you got him cornered, you got him turned the right direction, and you're firing on the spot you're supposed to fire on, and then some idiot comes blasting up and pushes him away. Like, what the? Dude, if you watch the video, I'll tell you, the video would just trip you out, man, to see what these idiots were doing. But nah, you can't be mad at somebody because they get spawned in and they don't know what they're doing in a raid, okay? But when you're talking about a situation where you knew what you were coming into, you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be, no. Which, depending on what the situation is in that particular raid, I'm not gonna come back in anyway. You know, if I'm in a hard raid and I've already come to the conclusion I'm playing with people who are not understanding what the idea is, I'm gonna just say screw it. That's 60. I might as well just, you know, ghost that 60 gas now because it's not. I'm not gonna win. I know. But you know, exactly. But what about before you even know that? Like one, I think yeah, I saved the video. I didn't put it on YouTube. But what about when you get loaded in? I get loaded into a raid the other night. It was a hard raid. I get loaded into the raid. My power score was 9,500 something, I think. Every other player in that raid that got loaded in with me was less than 3,000 power score. 3,000 or less. That's a third, 1/3 of my power score. Every other player was less than 1/3 of my power score. As soon as I came in, I'm like, what the how the hell am I supposed to be expected to have a chance of this raid being completed when nobody in here is strong enough to complete it but me? hmm You know, that takes me back to Call of Duty. You remember Call of Duty? If you loaded in the Call of Duty, you could see not only how many people are playing, but you could see how many people were playing per mode. It told you it's this many players in free for all, it's that many players in team deathmatch, it's this many players playing zombies, it's this many players doing this. It told you that. So you didn't have any yeah, you didn't have any question on which mode you wanted to go into based on how many people were playing. You knew if I load into this one, I'm gonna get something right quick. It'll take a hot second for me to get loaded into a game. You know, and then we ain't gonna. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time getting loaded in on that. But that, you know, I mean, the latest update for this game, I feel should have successfully turned Gaijin into laughing stocks in the industry, man. Because if what I'm trying to get the ball rolling on is if I can get people to stop spending money on this game because they shouldn't be spending money on this game under the circumstances, then they're gonna have to do something. Because the UFO, you've seen that UFO, haven't you? If you go to exhibition real quick, just put UFO in, and I think it's on page 3 or 4. Oh, okay. Well, you get a chance, you look up UFO. Almost every modification, every update that they've made to this game stemmed around that build and what I did with it. Yeah, it's on page 3. And basically, when I built that, or at least somebody else built it actually. Somebody else built it. How successful they were operating it or whatever, I don't know. I never ran into it. But when I downloaded it and I tweaked it myself, made my modifications to it, and took it up, it was lethal. Okay? This thing is only 6,378 power score, so it was somewhere around that, because I didn't really change a lot. I just, you know, repositioned some things, added a little bit more ammo, stuff like that. So the power score was definitely under 7,000. Okay, but that vehicle was wiping out everything on the screen. I don't care what it was. I don't care what the power score was. Why? Because they couldn't see it and they couldn't shoot it. They couldn't see it because it was too high up. They couldn't shoot it because it was invisible, and it stayed invisible. Okay, and the reason why it stayed invisible is because the cloaking device was on the same button as the rockets. You have to continue to fire the rockets to stay in the air. so it was always invisible. As fast as it would reappear, it would disappear again. And because of the way that the rockets fired, you could let it drop a little and then take it back up. So if it did become visible and they could see where it was for a hot second, You could just let it drop down and then fire your rockets a little bit more and let it, bounce around just below where it was before. They'd be shooting at the spot where it was. But point being, I took this vehicle in, man. I think I have video of it. Went in and I destroyed almost every other player on the other team. And I was in there with 9s and 10,000s. Maybe more. Now I can't remember. It's been a while. But I was destroying pay-to-wins. Pay-to-wins didn't like being destroyed. And they definitely didn't like being destroyed by a vehicle with a power score of less than half, in some cases, of theirs. So they went into the forums whining and complaining and bitching and moaning to the developers about the UFO being able to destroy them. They weren't going to spend any more money. So all of the updates that have happened, probably I'd say the last 4 updates, were all directed at what the UFO was capable of doing and stopping it. So the difference that they made to the Cheetah, the difference that they made to the rockets, the difference that they made to the height of the barriers in the matches, the difference that they made to the cloaking device now deactivating when rockets fire, all of that is because of that one build. Hey man, all I'm saying is, look, you gave it to me. You gave the same parts that I have at the level that I'm at. Anybody has accessibility to those same parts. So yeah, so it's not my fault they can't. It's not my fault that they can't build from those same parts the same thing that I can. I don't know. I only ate one piece other than the piece you gave me. But yeah, man, that's my whole thing. I get pissed off when I go into somebody's running, two what's that damn cannon, mammoth? Somebody's running 2 mammoth on top of a humpback. They've got damn near 4,000 hit points. You can't kill them, but they can damn near 1 shot or 2 shot and you're gone. Okay. I don't have mammoths in my storage, okay? And not no intention of buying any. I don't like it, okay? But I can't jump on the forums and start whining and complaining and crying because somebody else can. I mean, their whole point is, well, we do it this way. It'll make the ones that don't have it now run out and buy it because whoever's killing them with it is showing them what it can actually do, Which again is not necessarily true. Again, we all have the same pieces to work from, but you don't know what they've done in terms of the co-driver, that other little thing down there that you can add to your vehicle. Yeah, co-drivers make a big difference too. So you combine, I think it's Stone Death. Yeah, you combine Stone Death with a build that has a mammoth and turrets, you got something that's going to destroy stuff. Because it gives you all kind of perks for your cannon, and it gives you all kind of perks for your turrets. It's even got a reputation bonus attached to it. And they got a new one. I didn't even see this one. Misty. What you looking at, Mammoth? Yeah. But again, man, there's all sorts of things that are completely out of balance in this game. Like the MG13 Equalizer, the minigun that everybody likes so much. I love it. Love it. But the equalizer should not be stronger than the Spectre. Don't think so. The equalizer only has a damage level of 2. It has a damage level of 2 on the equalizer and a high fire rate. But if you look at the Spectre has a damage level of 4. Okay? Spectre has a damage level of 4. And it still has a decently high fire rate, but it doesn't do as much damage as a minigun. You can take somebody out a whole lot faster with 2 miniguns than you can with 2 Spectres. Whole lot faster. Yeah. And please don't have a Aurora attached to it along with the 2 miniguns. Then you really mess them up. Man, that damn Aurora is intimidating because your build starts turning red and you're like, ah! But hell, I got rid of my Spectres for that specific reason. I'm like, yeah, it doubles the damage. So that's what I'm saying. When you run Aurora in combination with miniguns, that's like having the damage rate of 2 Spectres, the fire rate of 2 miniguns. Okay. Actually, that's the damage rate of 4 Spectres when you look at it. What, Aurora? Yeah, I bought Aurora. I got the spinner, not spinner, Tesla cannon. Finally, decided to get one of those. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. Like I said, I decided to introduce the buy freeze, so I haven't. I bought it right before I decided to do that. But the beautiful thing about it, and you looking it up right now? Yeah, go straight to page 3. The bottom right corner, last one. Arthur Varro, VARO 259. It's not the original author. All time. Yeah. UFO, all time likes. UFO all time likes. I have. You see it? Yeah, just UFO. You must not have it on likes, or you got can build. Yep, that build right there is the reason for all of our headaches right now. Well, I wouldn't say that's the reason. The pay to wins are the reason for all of our headaches right now, but that's the reason for the pay to wins causing all the havoc that's going on right now with the updates. And yeah, it's an ugly build. It is not out for looks. I guarantee you that. If you take it out and operate it, I can tell you how to fly it. Take it out, and then you make a hard right turn. It falls over on its side. Okay. L1 fires the spinning rockets. Square fires the up rocket. And then you... Oh, this damn thing. Oh, hell. It works now. It works again. Now they're in trouble. The square. They done messed up because it works again. Yeah, but you don't have to go up too high. All you have to do is get it spinning. Once you get it spinning and you hit your square, you just hit your square long enough to keep you up. You don't hold it. You just fire square to keep you up. Yeah, don't just hold it. But yeah, it actually works now. So let me go on and make space on my download list. Because now this thing does. Now see what they did to the rockets before stopped it from working because you couldn't get it to stay up. Now you can definitely get it to stay up. Now you can only get it to stay up until your rockets burn out. But of course you blow up. You know what I'm saying? If you blow up, no big deal in free for all because you come right back. If you blow up in a mission, then it's over. No, it's got a hurricane on it. Now you have to be operating a good radar when you're using a hurricane. And that's one of the things I like about the game. It forces certain weapons to depend on the way you have it built. And if you don't have radar on it at all, then the hurricane is virtually useless. You have to be too close to what you're shooting at. But if you have radar, and a good one, you can fire to the other end of the screen. You're very limited on your flight time. I can see that now because of the limitation on the rockets. You can fly X amount of time, but in the case of taking this into battle, the benefit of that is even if you don't get any kills, at least you can be damn near guaranteed an assist. The way they had the rockets before had completely disabled this particular build. You really couldn't do what it was capable of doing prior to the update. But now you can actually do it a little bit better because you have more control over the way the build flies. You didn't have so much control for it. If you turn on YouTube, you can see my videos running right now. You'll be able to see how you actually operate the sensor to get to work. Yeah, that's funny. radar on here is not the best radar to be using. You should be using a radar that has the little white ball, little white dome on it. Using that one are better. Otherwise, it doesn't fire as good as it should. But it definitely works again. Get these. Yeah, get these test vehicles out again from a distance. That one's gonna get hit, I guarantee. There's your first kill. And that should be number 2. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. You can't really hope for much more than that in any game, depending on what you're driving. So 2 kills or 1 kill and an assist, you good. You got your credit for whatever you're doing. You're on your challenge or whatever. You good. Now, imagine the rockets being able to fire constantly and keep you up there, invisible. Invisible at a height that they can't even point their cannons at. Exactly. It was. So this one is weird. This one, this must be just a spinner. I don't even think this will get out of the door. That blue and white one? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I got it out of there. Now this one is just a spinner. Man, it's all balanced. Not a bad idea. It could be tweaked to do what it needs to do. They got a new radar? I'm looking at this blue and white bill you were talking about. And the thing that's apparently the radar is not like anything I've seen. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I see it. Oh no, this is the one that it takes off with the good grief, with the Reapers, right? Yeah. Yeah. The trick to that one, and when you do things like this, like I do, it's kind of easy to figure this stuff out. The trick to that one is to look directly at the ground. You have to look directly down on top of that and then fire the guns. Now, this is the second incarnation of this particular one, so it's not taking off. Let's see. Okay, fire it and get spinning, and then you look straight down on it. Sounds like a helicopter. But with the way they've changed the physics, they've changed the physics so you don't spin. Once you get to a certain height, I guess, you stop spinning. It won't spin well unless it's propelled in some way, and even then it still doesn't want to spin. So I don't know exactly what they did to the physics to make it work that way. Oh, to get outside, you just look at the back of the garage. Turn, look at the back of the garage, and fire. That gets you out. Now start on in a while. Still gotta make a list of the stuff that's wrong, missing. I'm gonna go out there, see what's missing. Got it up. All of them are pretty much the same way. But now, like I said again, with the way that the rockets have been changed, things are working a lot differently than they were working before. A lot. Some of the stuff you can't even get it out of the garage. Yeah, you can't even get some of the stuff out of the garage because of the changes. You just gotta go crazy with the rockets to get it out. Yeah. Oh man, and then the jack. Why do they have a point, an energy point for the jack? It's bad enough it's got a time limit. Or not so much a time limit, but you have to no longer be moving before you can use it. Yeah. So like for instance, you flip over on a hill, your car's got to slide down that hill and come to a complete stop before you can flip it over. Oh shit, it doesn't even work on this. Okay, that's enough of that. But anyway, did you check out the motorcycle in the community? Can you still go to well, it's not in exhibition. You have to look at the community to see it. Right now I haven't put it on exhibition yet. But I do believe I have built the best motorcycle in the game right now. A two-wheeled motorcycle. You know, you familiar with the Honda VMAX, right? It's one motorcycle that's got those two, should be on the table or something right there. The one with the two big vent things on either side of the gas tank. Nah, what, in real life? Yeah. You know, you got. Well, let me see if I put this up.
I didn't move the keys. You put the keys up here, and they're all on this box.
You got them?
Yeah.
Well, why are you still talking about it?
I'm telling you, you put the keys up here.
Yeah, it's in the community. So I'm gonna throw it up on exhibition in a little bit here. Gotta make space. I hate to take anything down right now because, wow, my plane is like one of the highest ones that I still have in my save slots. Everything else is still counting for this week, except that engine. That's messed up because I have 3 bills I want to put up. But that's it's also a reason why I put VEC at the end of all of my stuff, because even if I take it down, it's still clear who built it. As long as they don't, they don't take it down and change it. But I have a friend of mine that plays. He was real impressed with this garbage truck I made. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got a triple. Have you seen the build and exhibition? I think it's on page 1. It's I think it's a double. God, I hate the UI on this game. No, it's not on. Wait. New for the week. New for the week page. Not new for the week. I'm sorry. Likes for the week page. Page 6. Hell, that's the name of it. Just search executioner. See it? Yeah, with the exception of the cabin, I can build that. Uh-huh. And it is sick. If you hit, well, you're shooting all 3 at the same time. That may be the case. Yeah, it is. But it's lit. It's lethal. It's lethal only from a distance. 'Cause once they get up on you, you're not gonna fight with anybody that can run around. They're gonna shoot them all off before you get a chance to use them. Now, what would have made this a little bit better is a neutrino or a scope of any kind. You can sit way back and do you damage. I just like how it looks. I don't know why it's so slow. Probably doesn't have an engine in it. Because it's only 49 pieces. So based on that information, I'd say, let me look. Yeah, it has no engine inside. If he had put a Colossus in this, or a Cheetah, it would be moving a lot faster. Oh, did you see that Formula One car I was telling you about? It's not. It's called Formula One. Beck. No space between Formula and One. Number one. Number one. It's gonna be an all-time, not new. Car. Oh damn, it's gonna be fast now. The changes that they made to the rockets. You can actually race with this damn thing now. It was too slow to race with before because of the way the rockets fired. No, it's car. Formula One. All time. You see it? There we go. Exhibition. Cars. Likes. All time. Okay, now in your search bar, you say you got Formula One. Formula. Formula Space One. Number one. VEC. Space VEC. It is actually fast now. It's only for a second. Until the fuel runs out. Damn, crashes like a real one. Yeah. Alright, man. Good. Sure you can. What's up, Kev? Got a mic yet? Yeah, that you, Kev? Yeah, I've been on for a minute. Um, I would share play. I don't know if I can't my connection will handle that party share play and everything. Uh, did you check out the community? What I put in the community? You saw the truck. Did you see the Did you see the motorcycle? Man, this is what I do for a living, dude. I'm going to I'm going to throw that truck up for you right now. Yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to find the truck in a second here. I'm posting it right now. Connection is acting a little stupid because I got my computer on. I don't like it because it's horrible for racing. But on the flip side, there are some things that the previous update. You remember I told you the UFO was what they made all those changes for in the first place. The UFO works now. It works again. Yes. So that was, I'm sure, an unintended side effect of what they've done now. Change it again, I guarantee you. And you'll know that what I've been telling you in the first place was because of the UFO. Now they're gonna change it again because all I gotta do is go into a battle with that UFO, download it, go into battle with it, people. Useless. Yep. You got it. You see it? Waste management. Waste MGMT. About in the back of it? Yeah. Yeah, that intricate. Because if you downloaded it, if you look inside it, it's really intricate even on the inside. built that. I took it into battle, and I won probably in 5 matches back to back. Who's that? Goddess Gamer? You get? Oh, wait a minute. You had a gas generator and got rid of it? Why? Oh no, that thing somewhere where it can't be shot. That thing is entirely too big. Yeah. Yeah, that 2 point is what the 1 point should be. That one should be a 2 point generator for the size of it. That's horrible. I just took this motorcycle out with weapons on it in the training area. It was getting destroyed. Ooh, no, I was in the training area. Just outside the garage. Huh? Well, most of the people that I play with were already in clans of some sort, and in those clans were people that I didn't want to play with. And I wasn't going to start a clan, because I'm not in full agreement with the way that they're operating this particular game. It's they're money hungry in this game, and everything that they do is targeted towards those that are, by definition, pay to win. People running around with builds. If you know the conversion rate, you know that the build that you're looking at is like a $300 or $400, $500 build. That's ridiculous. That's what the community is for. If you go look at communities, the master builders community. You just put up what you're trying to build, or put up your question in there. And your level what? With engineers? With engineers, you're only level 7? Yeah, you're not going to be able to do much at level 7. You won't have the parts to do it. But you deleted your entire account? Oh, you just hadn't played in so long. Okay. I understand. Yeah. You got that truck, Kev? Alright, because I'm fixing to pull it down. I'm putting up something different. Actually, something I built a long time ago. I didn't know it was still in the queue. Water cooled. Or upgraded or something? Okay. Actually, yeah, there is a cooldown. If you hold the button down, rockets, and they get to the point where they'll stop firing. And when they get to the stop firing, they have to cool down before they'll fire again. But most people can't hold them down that long because they'll explode. Well, you're pretty safe. 1 and 7 rockets firing all at the same time. And that depends on the weight of your vehicle. If you at the same time, you've seen my car, right? My car has 14 rockets on it. Mike with that. Hey Kev, you got a phone you can pull up YouTube on? Hit me up on YouTube. My name. Awesome, man. Thanks. I said 14, now I got 13. I got 13 rockets on it right now. I think 40 right now. I put it down for a while. I hadn't had time because of my work schedule, but I had to pick it back up. Get some. my main reason for doing it wasn't so much for subs, but to put up the content that I could never find already up. Put my name in, Vectormage. Now you have to specify Vectormage because it puts a space between vector. But if you search my name directly, it pull up, you can find my page. And put in CrossOut too, that'll make it quicker. Yeah. And the biggest reason to use them is because there are glitches in the tracks, and if your wheels are smaller, you get caught in a lot more of those glitches. You hardly ever get caught in them with big wheels. So with the small ones, you'll be racing, and all of a sudden your car hits something that's not around. It's stupid. Yeah. You don't have that problem with the big ones. Now it'll still do it in some of those spots. Yeah, it's just very few and far between when it'll do it. Yeah, that's why I hate the medium wheels. Oh crap. Hey Kev, it's been a while since I did this. I got outside the map in the training area, and now I'm falling in limbo. Turn your car back over when it flips over, upside down. You don't need, you only need one. You got unnecessary space taken. Just one. Oh damn, the tsunami's like 8,000 coin, isn't it? The garbage truck up. I want to put the, I know somebody, so. I like how fast that truck is. It's actually funny because the weight of it was already at the max, but because of the engine and the cabin that I'm using, it can only go so slow. You know what I'm saying? It can't get any slower, so I can just keep packing stuff onto it and speed and stuff with the change. Dude, believe me when I tell you, I took this thing in the battle, and the reason why we were winning is not because my vehicle was doing so much damage. I was doing my share of damage, but they couldn't kill it. They had so many hit points. They couldn't kill me. The hit point? Yeah, durability? I don't know. And I still got room for 2 more pieces. So that 4,000 can actually be higher. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna stick that big thing on top. That's gonna take another 200 on. That's gonna add another 200. I think it has radar. Oh, they thing that adds another 100 hit points, so now it's at 4126. So I got it up to 4180. Green and yellow. Yeah, just went into a battle with the garbage truck. See how it does. I always manage to end up on the team with all the lower power scores. That's what the hell I'll do. No, you don't want to be on the team with the lower power scores. You want to be on the team with the higher power scores, if anything. Because they're the ones who have the power. So they're the ones who are likely to win because their damn vehicles are so strong. So when you, like in this case, on my team, I'm the one with the highest power score, so they're all gunning for me. They want to get me first. that would be the likelihood, the biggest likelihood they recognize my name. But on my team, I had what looked like the second highest, third highest power score. 34. Oh, yeah, it's the plane, that's the problem. You still building, Kev? Yeah, that's you. Say that again? I hear you and him fine. Mine is connected directly to my joystick, but it may be your connection. Your NAT type may be acting up. That would be what it is. When you get in a party and you're play the game at the same time, it's probably taxing too much on your internet connection. We should actually win this one. We're building something right now, and I don't think your level is going to be high enough for what we will be playing. pretty sure I can. I'd have to literally go back and build something to be able to play inside. And they killed everything before I even got over there. Yeah. Actually, that truck would make a good spider if somebody put legs on it. I made another version of it where I moved the cab back in the back of the truck and made a fake cab in the front. That one didn't work out so well. It's weird, when the cabin is not right out in plain view, it seems like it takes more damage than if it is. Isn't, rather. They're okay, I just don't like the speed of them. They don't seem to move fast enough. Holy cow. They got us up at a pretty high power source. Faster than that. I knew you would be stupid and do that. I knew you would. And now you're gonna pay for it. Enemy destroyed. I got this idiot to follow me up on the ridge, and then I dropped off and went the other way. He dropped in that big tank, and he was upside down. I just killed him. This party is messing up my connection though. So what's your power score, Kev? All right, I'm gonna kill the party for a minute, see if it straightens out the game. But I'm gonna send you a game invite.